It's the largest show and convention in the entire electrical construction industry. It draws thousands of participants, from manufacturers to contractors to consultants. Hello again and welcome to the 2011 NECA Show and Convention. I'm Dominic Geritano. Things are just getting started here in San Diego, and there's a lot already to talk about. We'll get after it in 60 seconds.
It can take time for people to get comfortable with new technology. For instance, in the early 1900s, when electric lights were first widely used, it was common to see notices in hotels and other public places warning people not to light them with a match. At Rexel, we'll be sure you aren't left in the dark.
With our revolutionary Simple Stack Reel and Simple THHN cable, we can wrap up to 8 pulls on a single reel. Stop by Southwire booth number 915 to see how it works. Enter to win a Maxxis tool. Stop by Southwire booth number 915 to enter.
The USS Midway has a proud tradition of service as long as its 972-foot hull. During its years of service to the country from 1945 to 1992, she carried more than 4,100 officers and crew. But Saturday night, this floating museum of U.S. naval might played host to thousands of members of NECA and their guests from the electrical industry. It was certainly a welcome reception like no other.
Beautiful venue in that. How nice can this possibly be in that? You know, you get a great evening besides that. So,
what do you hope to get out of the NECA show?
Oh, you get a lot of knowledge, obviously, in that. I mean, they have a great show that they have in that. A lot of presentations that they do in that. So, and some great speakers. So it should be a lot of fun.
We're past presidents, so we look forward to going just to see the people and renew old relationships and hit some of the seminars. But you know, NECA's our life.
Anything you'd like to add to that, sir?
Yeah, my company, my son's now run, it's third generation, and we got the family here, and we go to the technical workshops, and it makes us better contractors.
Looking to look at some of the new technologies, and always looking for new products, new tools, labor-saving ideas.
Yeah, there's quite a few classes I'm interested in going to the next few days.
We come here because we get to learn about all the new things really that's out there in the industry, and helps us keep ahead of our competition, and lets us be where we are.
I'm looking forward to having all my members take the most advantage of everything they possibly can to help themselves improve their business and have a great time.
Well, I think it's some education, but I think it's also, for me, reconnecting with some people from across the country that I know.
The show on the floor is great. The educational programs are good. We make it almost every year.
Things are changing today faster than anybody's ever seen it, and I think you just need so much now to be in these conventions and see what all is coming.
Never been on an aircraft carrier, first time in San Diego, and it's a neat place.
I forgot how beautiful San Diego is. It's unbelievable.
A day earlier, it was all business, as some members got a jump on things by attending a workshop titled An Electrical Contractor's Survival Guide to Building Information Modeling. BIM technology continues to spread rapidly throughout our industry, and EMCOR's David Morris provided the gathering with insight on how the ability to envision projects before they actually exist can head off problems down the road and make life easier for contractors and customers alike. As is custom, NECA leadership uses the opportunity the convention provides to get everyone together under the same roof to discuss industry business. IBEW International President Ed Hill used this time with the Board of Governors to lay out some of his thoughts regarding the NECA IBEW team. Bob Miskey caught up with both President Hill and NECA CEO John Grau after the speech for some follow-up.
Okay, I'm joined here now by President Ed Hill of the IBEW after his remarks this afternoon to the NECA Board of Governors. President Hill, the first question is, you were just reelected to another 5-year term of the IBEW. Tell me your thoughts on why you decided to run again.
Unfinished business. You know, we've got a lot to do, and I just felt that I didn't want to leave it undone. And as I told them in there, President Obama and I agreed he'd stay on, and so would I.
Okay. Another thing you discussed to the group was everybody knows the economy is down, but you were pretty strong in your remarks that that doesn't mean we should all sit on our hands and feel sorry for ourselves.
No, we have a tendency to do that. We have a tendency to kind of curl up on a ball and wait for the storm to go past. And now's the time for us to strike. Now's the time for us to make changes so that when the time comes for us to recoup our work, we'll be on and run. We'll be moving forward.
Here with NECA CEO John Grau. John, you sat and you were among the very interested people in the audience when Ed Hill gave his talk to the Board of Governors today. And one of the things that he talked about, I'd like your reaction to, was he says it's time not to feel sorry for ourselves collectively, but we should be more proactive in going out and getting more work in spite of the lousy economy.
Sure, I mean, that was a good thought. I really appreciate Ed coming to our meeting today. He does attend the meeting, so that's great, but we appreciated his words as well, and that's true. I mean, we have some really significant challenges facing us, and the best way we can deal with them is to deal with it together. And I think Ed reached out and said he wants to work with NECA, and we want to work with him too. We think we can solve these problems together, but it's got to be together.
You're starting to see some step-by-step action on your recovery agreements.
Our recovery agreements are picking up. As I mentioned in there, we've got a majority of our local unions now have approved recovery agreements. Do they meet all the qualifications? No, they don't really. But we're getting that way and we're working that way. Our members are starting to understand and really see that they do work.
One of the things he talked about, John, was a step-by-step process of the development of the local agreements starting to take hold a little bit around the country.
Right, and I think they are. I mean, from our standpoint, it could be a lot faster. It's really, you know, there's areas that are adopting them and others that aren't, and that's one of the things we're going to have some discussions about, because I appreciate that they're going forward, but they really need to go a lot quicker, and we need that definite support in getting this done.
As NECA IBEW move forward together, part of his message also talked about being more aggressive in your outreach to the business community, perhaps a greater commitment to labor management, moving together in a little bit more of a proactive marketing sense.
Yeah, that's right. We're working in what we call business development, and we're doing this together through our National Labor Management Cooperation Committee, but we've each funded staff positions in this regard, and we're working on a little different angles, but we're also working together, and that's the whole point. We're reaching out to the business community. We're presenting ourselves as the viable solution to a lot of the customers' issues. So that's what we're trying to do, and we're doing it together.
Both leaders agree the time is right to ratchet up a more comprehensive and proactive business development plan to be better positioned when things hopefully begin to turn around. Let's throw it back to Dom now.
Thanks, Bob. When we come back, the subject shifts to alternative energy and another NECA first. Don't go away. If you had the pleasure of arriving a little early here in San Diego, we hope you had the chance to attend our first ever NECA Energy Forum. The general session talked about the numerous opportunities available for contractors and their customers in renewable power and technology, wind, solar, you name it. Electrical contractors are the vital link between energy-efficient technology and cost-efficient construction. The Energy Forum provided everyone an opportunity to share what they've learned. Forum goers heard remarks from Mark Spitzer, Commissioner for the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, and Alan Breeze. Spitzer told the crowd that regulation remains a vital component of rebuilding our nation's infrastructure.
We need to reinvent our bulk transmission system consistent with the expectations that the people of this country have, and also to provide new resources for the people of the country. The credibility of politicians is very low, sadly. The credibility of the government is very low, sadly. But the credibility of the local businessman that you're dealing with, the local NECA contractor, is very high. So I think your members are uniquely situated to provide to the people of this country technically sound, good information.
Following the full morning and afternoon slate, participants crowded in to hear from the future leaders of the industry, our 3 student finalist teams in the Green Energy Challenge. The Milwaukee School of Engineering, the University of Washington, and Youngstown State University were all tasked with presenting energy-efficient improvements to a dorm on their campus, doing an energy audit on the power and lighting systems, and doing preliminary design for a retrofit. This year's winner will be announced at the Student Chapter Summit. That will wrap up this day's events from the 2011 NECA Show and Convention. Keep it right here on this channel for continuous coverage of the largest show in the electrical construction industry. With a special thanks to our sponsors, I'm Dominic Giratano. See you tomorrow.
Since 1872, Edwards Signaling has been the source to rely upon for high-quality audible and visual signaling products and fire alarm systems. Our eFSA analog addressable system allows you to increase your installation revenue by an average of $5,000 per installation, increase your service revenue by an average of $42,000 per year. Alert, warn, communicate, protect. When it comes to making the right choice for addressable fire alarm systems, NECA contractors need to look no further than Edwards.